What is up, everyone? I guess this will be an introduction to the page, but it's going to start with a little bit of delay on the project, which I'm going to introduce you to. Well, I'll talk about it right now. About a month and a half ago, I picked up a 1987 Bentley Model 8, which is basically the same as a Mulsanne, same body style as the Brookwoods and the Bentley Turbo R. It's the same car as a Royce Silver Spur. Pretty cool car overall. Got on eBay pretty cheap. Had a misfire when I picked it up. Somehow I located a cap and a rotor for it and threw some small block Chevy spark plug wires in it and sent a correct set of spark plugs. There she is there. But the reason that I purchased this car was to be swapped. Everyone knows me for as long as I've ever done anything with these vehicles, or any vehicle, is I always engine swap everything. However, there's another project that comes ahead of this that's been on the back burner for a while, which is my Nissan Patrol that I imported from Australia 3 years ago this week. Just doing an RB swap into that one with a Turbo 400 with a Marks adapter for the transfer case. But this is a page that's mostly going to be about the Bentley, but there will be a delay as far as the starting of the swap. But I'm going to be working on the motor. And the swap for the Bentley is 100% going into it is a Cummins turbo diesel. So, talk a little bit about those real quick. I ended up parting out my 1971 Nova, which had a pretty nice 468 big block in it, and I traded that for a 6BT. Got fucked on the deal. Was told that it was a 1997 motor with 68,000 miles. Came out of his uncle's dump truck. When I got there, it was on a pallet. This guy, nice guy, became friends with him on Facebook, the full nine, liked the guy. Got the motor home, realized that the turbo didn't spin because the turbine wheel was rusted to the housing of the turbine housing itself. The wheel was just rusted to it. Pulled some shit apart, kept finding water and everything, pulled the timing cover, everything was rusted up. There she is down there. There's some of these. So that's the 4BT turbo, which I haven't talked about yet. 6BT turbo right there, the one that's taken apart. And then some random parts here. So ended up parting this motor out. It was completely full of water. Completely locked up. But it ended up being a 94 motor, so the guy bullshitted me on that. But I was able to sell the P-pump, I was able to sell the injecting lines. I got a lot of parts up on eBay. It's selling a lot of little parts off the thing, which is very surprising what people buy. However, I was slightly worried about if the 6BT would fit inside that Bentley with the length. I did some measurement while it was here. It would be possible if I did a rear-mounted radiator. There's another guy on YouTube, and the titles of the videos say 6BT Bentley, and it's a flat black, all kind of ratted out, has a big exhaust to the hood. But I'm very suspect because you never see any pictures underneath the hood, and I'm not calling the guy out, but the exhaust is on the wrong side of the engine. On one of these motors here, it would be on the U.S. passenger side or the U.K. driver side, where his is completely opposite. I'm kind of thinking that it might be a Mercedes-Benz OM617, and they just titled the video 6BT Bentley. Hey, whatever. I don't care. So, as a contingency to this, I ended up picking up this motor right here. So, this is a Frito Lay's 4BT out of a bread truck. It came with the Turbo 400 adapter plate and all the parts to adapt it to a Turbo 400, and came with the Turbo 400, which I'm not going to use. Fun fact about these old Bentleys and Rolls Royces, the factory transmission is a Turbo 400. It's just a little bit different. It has a different bell housing. Watch my dogs right now. It does have a different bell housing, and the shifter mechanism is very different on the side of the transmission, and I want to keep that factory shifter mechanism. So what I'm going to end up doing is keeping the Turbo 400 that's in the Bentley. I'll chop the bell housing off of it, get a JW Ultra Bell, do a Chevy pattern. That way I can use the adapter plate, the flex plate. I'll get a brand new torque converter, and just go from there. So basic setup on this motor. It's 130 horsepower. I think that's what it is. Let me double check here. It might be 105. Yeah, kind of hard to see, but it's on there somewhere. But basically, I'm just going to turn the fuel up, do the fuel needle, do the governor springs, put air conditioning on it, paint it up real nice, put it in the Bentley. I got some sick fucking wheels for the Bentley. They got some ridiculous 5x155 pattern wheels that only Bentley and Rolls Royce use, with 108 millimeter center bore, which is truck shit. So I ended up finding some 3-piece JDM wheels that are 6x139.7. I'm going to re-drill the hubs. That way I can fit these truck wheels on it, and it'll look good when it's all done. However, I'm only going to work on this motor, get it cleaned up, and pull you along there. Bentley right now is running and driving perfect, and I'm not going to allow myself to pull that car apart until I finish my Nissan Patrol. So let me take you over here. So it'd kind of be like a dual page right now. So this is the motor for the Nissan Patrol. Exhaust manifold's not on. Actually, I got a factory manifold on it. So, simple setup, Borg Warner S252 SXE, went with the 2 instead of a 7. Patrol RB motor mounts, AC, power steering, full 9. Custom harness. Just going to run an Apexi Power FC on the thing. It's actually an RB25 Neo. That is a Nissan RD28 diesel oil pan, which shares the same pattern as the RBs. Big rear sump, 9-quart pan, and that's going to go behind this transmission, which you can't see, which is a 1,000 horsepower built JW trans with an RB bell with a custom spec torque converter from Brett Dempsey Engineering. Nice quality product. Guy's a douchebag. Real cocksucker. Don't deal with him. Buy something else, for real. The way he packaged my crap, one small piece got thrown away. Ended up charging me another $600 because he wrapped it in some scrap, tucked it in the bottom of the box, and instead of just charging me like a normal price to manufacture the product, he charged me the full price of another swap because that part was required. But he did a garbage-ass job of packing the shit. You had no idea that it was at the bottom of this box. So that ended up getting thrown away. And his attitude towards everything, when I said, hey, I don't have this part, I think you might have forgot to ship it. And ended up being that it was in the box, but it was, the way he packed it was bad. So it ended up getting thrown away, which is my bad. But his piss poor attitude, like, I don't know if everyone in Washington State's like that, but guy kind of fucking sucks. Whatever, it's only $600, so move on, move past it. Buy the other brand. At least they'll work with you, and they won't wrap your shit in some garbage cardboard, send it to the bottom of the box, and basically tell you to go fuck off when you can't find it. And the way he packed it was just kind of your business, not a used part dealer. It's just, I don't know. It's not what you expect. It was eBay packaging, in short. So I'll take you through the build on my RB Patrol, and I will take you through the build on the 4BT motor. I'm going to get a new camera set up. I'm just using my iPod for today. Quick introduction. The page is called 6BT Backyard Bentley, but that's going to get changed to 4BT Backyard Bentley. Air suspension, sick wheels, got to build custom brakes for that car. I'll take you through that, but they have a retarded brake pump system that runs off the camshaft of the motor, and they don't use brake fluid, they use mineral oil. So I'm going to do a GM Hydro Boost setup, run all new brake lines. I'm going to put Nissan 300 ZX calipers on the front, 4 calipers on the front, 2 calipers on the rear, same Nissan 300 ZX, so I'm looking for 6 of those. That'll be a nice setup when it's all done, but it's just going to be a cruiser car, but the thing does weigh like 5,000 pounds. When I'm done with it, I'd like to maybe have 150 diesel horsepower and maybe, I don't know, 300 foot-pounds of torque. I don't care as long as I'm dumping smoke out the fender, and that's all I care about.